We're recording now.
Yeah.
Okay. So troublesome. That's the right answer. Let's do number 5, please.
Jason is the most mm, truth. Trust?
Truthful. Well, trustworthy is similar, but here is truthful. Truthful is a person that tells the truth, and
Oh, okay.
trustworthy is a person you can trust in. Curiously enough, trust, the noun is trustworthy, creíble, confiable, right?
Okay.
Trustworthy, trustworthy. And here is truthful. Although they are very similar words. Let's do number 6 then, Mickey, please.
Mutual accusations will get you nowhere. You'd better try to find a more reasonable uh, solution
Solution.
to your conflict.
Very good. Excellent. And now number 7, please.
The main cause of the current crisis in the party seems to be the deep uh, division between its members.
Absolutely right. Yes, division between its members. Okay. Now number 8, please.
Is most fashionable.
Yes. Fashionable is most fashionable.
Is most fashionable among youths these days to spend their free time in the cinema.
Do you agree with that? Or they have other ways to spend their time nowadays, don't they?
Yeah, I would say that they have other ways to spend their time.
Yeah, exactly. They have lots of ways to do it, right? So
Mhm.
they have no problem with. All right, very good. Number 9, Mickey, please.
Unfortunately, none of us managed to convince the director of the benefits that our experiment might bring. His approval?
Yes.
His approval
I would say disapproval, right?
is
Disapproval.
oh yeah, disapproval.
Disapproval.
Mhm.
His disapproval. All right, let's continue reading, please.
Grew even stronger when Jack mentioned the possible cost of the venture.
Yes. So the director does not want that project to take place or to happen, unfortunately. Let's do number 10, Mickey, please.
Cindy and Mike's close uh, friendship
Yes. Friendship.
finally developed into a profound feeling and culminated in their marriage last year.
Okay, well, that's very pretty.
Mhm.
Okay, now 11, please.
Nobody has applied for the mission knowing how hazardous, or how do you say?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Hazardous. Very good.
hazardous.
That's not a very easy word to find. Hazardous is correct.
It may
Very
be.
good. Exact. Then number 12.
Yeah.
Okay, number 12.
Tom has lost his confidence
Confidence, yes.
in conventional medicine after many years of unsuccessful treatment and has opted of acupuncture.
Acupuncture, yes. So he has opted out for acupuncture, which is a solution many people seek, many people look for that solution. I don't know how reliable that is, but well, Uh, let's do 13, please, Mickey.
Mhm. What's the length
Length, yes, exactly right. The
of this
length,
rope?
length, length is one of the few words where the H is after the G, I believe. Let me just double check because I don't want
Oh.
to be wrong. Length, length, yes, length,
Mhm.
length is one of the few words in which the H does not go between the G and the T like many other similar words, but after the T. All right, so let's do number 14, please.
Yeah, I think that Mitch was there in the.
Oh,
In,
really?
yeah,
I'm
I think so.
sorry. Maybe. Oh, here she is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hi, Mitch. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm
I'm
very
sorry I
good.
didn't see you, and because when I show the words, I lose track of the StreamYard. I thought that you
No,
were not yet. I'm sorry, but you're
I'm
back.
like I'm like 10 minutes over here.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry. I hadn't seen you. But well, how are you, Mitch? How was your day?
Pretty good, thank you.
Did you
Pretty normal.
celebrate? Did you celebrate Mickey's birthday yesterday?
Yes, mom made for him a special recipe like pasta with shrimps, and it
Wow.
was delicious.
Did you eat just one portion, or you ate two, or maybe three?
One portion. It was a lot for being night, actually.
Yeah, that's very nice. Those parties are unforgettable.
Hmm.
Well, we're working on this exercise, Mitch. It is 15 questions, and we're converting some words to the derivatives they have. So we have number 14. You want to do it, please? Mark's been terribly busy.
Mark's been terribly busy this week. It's uh, uh, Dove,
Dou-
Dove.
Doubtful, yes, excellent. Doubtful, very good. Okay, let's read the complete sentence, please.
Yeah, Mark's been terribly busy this week. It's doubtful whether he'll attend our performance tomorrow.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. And the last one, Mickey, please.
Yes, sure. Why did they react to my warning? They might not have understood its decreed meaning.
Meaning, meaning, yes.
Hello.
Yes, very good. Okay, so we have a list of 15 sentences, and I believe most of them are easy. Can you read both of them? Each difference differ. Behave, behavior. Practical, practice. Can you please read both words? The left, the one in parentheses, and the one on the line, Mitch, please.
Trust and trustworthy?
No, no, no. The ones here in the solution,
Uh-huh.
that, and the one on the right.
Uh,
Sometimes they change the accent or the pronunciation.
okay. Difference, differ,
Yes.
behavior, behave, practical, practice, troublesome, trouble, truthful, truth, solution, solve, division, divide, fashionable, fashion, disapproval, approve, friendship, friend, hazard, confidence, confide, length, long, doubtful, dove, and meaning, mean.
Okay, very good. From these words, Mickey, Mitch, which ones do you find the easiest to remember? Actually, all of them should be easy, but the easiest to remember and the ones that may not be so clear at the beginning. Oh, I think they are all clear. But which ones do
Mm,
you find the easiest?
Probably. Um, well, the majority are easy to remember,
Yeah, that's true.
but
Yes.
maybe troublesome.
Troublesome.
Mhm.
Okay. That is a derivative. What is a similar word to troublesome? If we use the word problem, what would be the exact equivalent of troublesome?
Mm, problems, or how do you say?
Problematic.
Problematic.
Yes, if trouble is problem, trouble is problem, troublesome is problematic. Very good. Another, thank you, Mickey. Another one, Mitch, that you find easy to remember.
Easy to remember. Eh, doubtful.
Doubt. Okay. Doubt. Doubtful. Right. Now, let me ask you a question. What is certain and what is doubtful in life?
Certain.
Yes.
Asertivo. Acertado.
No, no, no. What in life? What is certain that is going to happen? This is what I mean. What is
Ah,
certain that is going to happen in life?
acertado.
No, cierto. ¿Qué cosa es cierta en la vida?
Ah, eh, que vamos. That we are going to die.
Well, unfortunately, yeah, that's very true. That we going to die one day. Okay. That reminds me of a very beautiful Charlie Brown's cartoon. Have you seen it, Mitch? That Charlie Brown is sitting with Snoopy the dog,
Mm-hmm.
and they are sitting
Yeah.
at the side of a lake. And then Charlie Brown says to Snoopy, says, Snoopy, do you know one day we're going to die? And remember what Snoopy says to him?
No.
No.
He says, yes, but not the rest of the days, not the other days. So he says, un día vamos a morir. And Snoopy says, sí, pero los otros días no, which is a
No.
Okay.
very funny response. Okay. So what is doubtful in life, Mickey or Mitch? What is doubtful?
Mm, the future.
The future is doubtful. All right. Another way to say it is it's doubtful doubtful whether we are going to attain peace in Irapuato in the next few years, maybe, or the next few months. What do you think? It
Yeah.
is doubtful whether we are going to attain peace in the next few months or years.
Yes.
All right. So you can use the structure. It's doubtful whether, right? It's doubtful whether we're going to do this or not. It's doubtful whether we're going to or whether we're not. It's certain. Okay, certain is certain, but doubtful. Um, Another way to say it is I doubt whether. I doubt whether. Whether what, Mitch?
First of all, where is dog weather in Spanish?
Whether see the conditional. I doubt whether we are going to. Es dudoso si vamos a. Well, the verb, right?
Hmm.
So the word I doubt whether we are going to. What is um, not hazardous? Doubtful. What is doubtful actually? I doubt whether we're going to do what?
I thought whether we are going to. Um, mm, mm, mm.
Something connected with school or with work or
We
with
are
leisure.
going to have a nice day tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. That is equivalent to saying I don't know whether something, right? For example, Mickey, what would you say if you started the phrase like I don't know whether and then complete it. How you complete it, please? I don't know.
Um, I don't know whether uh, we're gonna eat tacos today.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's very good. So the expression "I don't know whether" is very common. Another word that I find very interesting is the word approval and disapproval. He approves of or he doesn't approve of. You normally go approve with the preposition of, right? So some people approve of approve of what or disapprove of. What do you approve of and what some people disapprove of. For example, I disapprove of speaking behind some people's back. Okay, I disapprove of that.
Some people approve, some people.
Yeah.
I disapprove of that. But what do we approve of? Some people approve of what?
Mm, some people approve of uh, using the cell phone during class.
The cell phone during class. Okay, very good. During class. Okay, perfect. Another suggestion with disapprove or approve of, Mitch, please. I approve of.
Mm, some people or some teachers approve of students sell things in the school.
Yes. Yeah, some teachers approve of some students selling things in the school. Yeah, that's correct. That's true. And very good expression. So approve, disapprove. Those are important words. And then the word hazardous. Hazardous. So power lines, power lines falling during storms represent a big hazard to the peasants. Right, let's see this phrase. Let's analyze this phrase. Or pedestrians. Let me use the word pedestrians. Pedestrians. All right. So who wants to read this, please?
Me.
Okay, Mitch.
Power lines falling during storms represent a big hazard to the pedestrians.
People that walk, right? If you are driving a car, you are a driver. If you walk, you are a pedestrian. Uh, due to what? Due to due to what, Mickey or Mitch? What is the reason? Debido a.
Mm, what was pedestrian?
Caminantes,
Ah,
transeúntes.
power lines were due to the difficulty to walk.
To the difficulty to walk. But you know what power lines are, right?
No.
Los cables de alta tensión,
Oh,
power lines.
follow the rest.
And hazard. You know what a hazard is?
No.
Riesgo.
No. We do the and then due to the risk of being electrified.
Well, electrified is not so bad because then you have light in your house. Your house is electrified, but electrocuted is much worse because then the person gets electrocuted and dies.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Can you read it all again, Mitch, please?
Power lines falling during storms represent a big hazard to the pedestrians due to the risk of being electrocuted.
You are using all these words very properly, very well. Being electrocuted. Very good. Thank you, Mitch. Mickey, you want to say another thing that represents a big hazard due to this represents a big hazard due to, please.
Mm, pollution represents a big hazard
Right?
due to mm, no, due to the
The
re-
impact on the lungs or to
yeah, could be the impact of the lungs.
the impact that okay that it causes on the lungs the huge impact, right?
Yeah.
Huge or long. You can also say to the huge, or also you can say long lasting, long lasting impact that it causes on the lungs. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Oh, before I forget, did you have the opportunity to? We were going to do a presentation on one of the chapters, or I think I forgot to mention it. Um, Remember if we were going to do a presentation or something? It was optional, of course, because I knew that you had some things to do.
I think that you mentioned teacher, but uh, I think that we didn't specify a day where we're gonna do the presentation. And to be
Yeah,
honest, for my birthday, I didn't do anything
yeah,
there.
yeah, of course, yeah, of course. It was a time to celebrate. Yes. What was that we were talking about? We were talking about disasters, right? Natural disasters. I think earthquakes.
Ah, no.
Or what was that?
Uh, I think that it was about the book that we read the last class. That it was about economy and
Ah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
That is true. Yeah, that was an interesting book, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was an interesting book. And the thing that I liked about that was that it has interesting concepts. Let me see if I found the book. I think I did. I send it to you by chance.
Yes,
I
sure.
think I did. Okay, let me. Here, the joyless economy. Here it is. All right. Yeah. Why the constant attempt for gratification, whether it is food, shelter, sleep, adrenaline, etc., never seems to be totally satisfied, and people look for other sources of satisfaction, right? We sometimes end up in bad habits. Sometimes they become very good, extremely useful. And then we said, we read the index. Remember, let me share the screen.
Yes, sure.
And then we said that there were probably some chapters that you might be interested in. Let me see if I have this here. Okay, I'll share the complete window here. Um, Now let me see if I find the book. Where did I put it? The joyless economy. Okay, here it is. So we saw the different chapters, and I would like to
Like,
ask you, for example, mental, some of the evidence, threat, measurement, attention, redundancy, self-sufficiency, market goods and services, necessities and luxuries. This is an interesting chapter. Necessities, what is necessity and what is a luxury? Why don't we go over that really quick just to discuss the difference between a luxury and a necessity? What is a luxury, Mitch, and what is a
Lujo.
necessity? Yes, but what is luxurious for a person that is probably not necessary, and what is something that we need?
mm, I would say that necessity is something that we need to live, and luxury is something that probably is not as like necessary, but it gives us like a plus in the society, or we feel, or sometimes we feel better than others because we have some luxuries than others not.
Well, yeah, of course, very good comment. But why does luxury makes us gives us so much pride, and how deceptive is pride? In other words, when is pride valid and when is pride deceptive? And that is a very difficult question to answer honestly, because sometimes we think that we're just being very proud, and sometimes it's not really very worth it. And sometimes we're very happy, very proud. For example, you are proud of your business, Mitch is proud of her studies, of her achievements. Pride is a useful feeling and is valid. But when proud is justified and when it is not justified, okay. First of all, you know what pride is, right, Mitch? What is
Orgullo.
pride?
Orgullo.
Orgullo, yes. When is pride totally justified?
Mm,
Mm,
you, your own goals being achieved.
Well, I would say so. It's very a nice definition. When your goals are achieved, right? When you achieve your goals. When else, Mickey, please?
yeah, well, I would say the same as Mitch. I think that is when you do something special. I think that we sometimes make the mistake that we relate luxury with things, and I think that mm, people don't have to be proud of things that are material, because at the end those things could finish, and it's not something that we're gonna have the rest of our lives.
Well, maybe for example, if you did an achievement and that achievement give you money, and with that money you buy something, I don't know, like a new cell phone, you can feel a kind of pride for that cell phone because, oh, I want this with my efforts. Okay, you don't have to harass presumir to others that cell phone because they don't really care, but you feel good with yourself. I think so.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yes, Mickey.
well, at the end, I think that uh, you are more proud about what you have done, instead, in this case, of the cell phone, because thanks of the thing that you done, or that you did, is that uh, your dad, in this case, gives you a present, or gives you like a reward, but it was because the thing that you have done.
Yes, that could be just a representation of the thing that you've done in another way.
Well, these are all very important comments. You're talking about very interesting aspects and concepts. You're talking about rewards. You're talking about representation of things, representation of items, representation of ideas, right? And it's an interesting comment. What Mickey is making an interesting comment when he says that we relate luxury with things. That's a very interesting comment, and that's very common too. I don't think it is necessarily wrong or necessarily bad because, for example, you can be proud of having a house, which is a place where you're gonna live. It's very valid that you are proud of a car because that's a means of transportation. It also is a symbol of social status that you are making progress in society. And of course, that progress is through effort, like Mitch says very correctly. Mitch says people make an effort, so it is deserved. You deserve what we deserve what we have. That's another important word, right? And so so we all agree, the three of us agree that pride is justified when you achieve your goals, when you do something unique, special, unusual. Bless you. When is it not justified? When it is not so justified, that's a bit banal, and you say, well, that's not so worthy. When is not justified? Right? Not very justified.
Where pride is not very justified. Uh,
Mm,
if you affect someone or some people negatively, uh, I don't know. mm, if you kill someone,
Well, yeah, of course, murder.
because some famous killers tend to have be pride for their uh, kills,
Murders.
for the murders, and that's too crazy to.
Yeah, that's awful. That's awful. That's true. When you affect someone negatively, yeah, I've seen people to become proud when they have cheated someone. They actually there is a competition in the US, but this is only not to affect people, but it's just for fun. There is a group of thieves that they pickpocket money or they cheat you or deceive you when they say, "Hey, Mickey, lend me 5 pesos." Okay, no, I'll give them back to you. Well, give me five, not 10. And at the end, you say, "Hey, I lost money here in this. Lend me and let me take and give and that." Right?
Mhm.
There are games like that. So there is a competition in New Orleans, I think, in which different teams start at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning, and then they have to visit stores, right? Excuse me, can I see your cell phone? Yes, okay. Oh no, well, give me 5 pesos or give me $10, and then oh no, give them back to me. Excuse me, let me get me $5 more. Well, I gave you five. No, no, no. Okay, and they speak and to confuse you and deceive you, and at the end, the person who gets more money in the end of the street, like at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, is the winner. What happens is that these people deceive as a profession, right? And they are proud. So when people deceive others, deceive is engañar, right?
Mhm.
And they feel pride, they feel proud. That's obviously not justified. That you are, or when you cheat on someone, when students or people cheat in general, cheat and become success and are not caught. They are proud, but that is not justified. What do you think about that, Mickey Mitch?
It's like you lost your values as a person. For example, recently I've been using an app to. I don't know if you heard about ChatGPT. Uh,
Yes, chat. I heard about it recently. Yes, Meet, continue.
yeah,
Continue.
it's a truly, truly, truly amazing app that helps you with literally everything. And sometimes I cheat with some homework. I literally am my teacher love that is say, can I feel pretty bad because I didn't do it, but I had no time to do it. But yes, it's like it's pretty weird, or I don't understand how people feel proud for their cheats or they deceived because I don't feel good about it.
Well, yeah, cheating, uh, deceive, deception is a noun. What do you think about this, Mickey? When is pride not very justified? However, you see people that are so proud.
Mhm.
When is not so justified?
Uh, well, we know that pride could be a positive emotion, and a healthy emotion, even is justified. But in some cases, I think that uh, people are proud of things that, first of all, is not like an achievement. Is like the case or like the example that you said, and I think that uh, it's justified even when it's your probably a quality or an achievement that you have done or that you have reached. But in the other cases, I think that it's not necessary, and at the end, you are always showing off of the things that you have done, or of the things that you did. Probably um, that could gives you well, that could takes you to arrogance, and it is bad for you and your relationships.
Yes, yes. Now let me ask you a question. Who fosters, or what would be the opposite of foster? Foster is fomentar. The opposite would be what? Demotivate
Yeah.
or discourage? Okay, okay, let's use discourage for the moment then, please. Deters, maybe deters. Who
In
foster?
this,
Let me use deters or discourages, right? Let me use deter. Deter. Who fosters or deters the actions that provoke certain pride? Who will be the people that tell you, hey, Mickey, fantastic, congratulations, or Mitch, well done, good job, you did very well, or the opposite, hey, be careful, that's probably not right. Who would foster or who would deter the actions that provoke certain pride, or let me pride or shame, right? Because it's the opposite. In the family, in a group, in a social group, in the school, or where? Who are the people that praise or criticizes our actions, and then we feel pride or we feel shame as a consequence? Who are those people?
mm, I would say that uh, the people that normally chat with us or that stay with us could be your family or friends. Because, for
Family or
example, if you did something, I don't know, in achievement, uh, I think that the first person or the first group of people that gonna congrats you is gonna be your family. I think so.
yeah, absolutely, yes, right, yes.
But in some cases, your your family will say, I don't know, for example, that you are showing off that you cheat your girlfriend or something like that. Probably your family is gonna say, "Hey, but it's not a this is not something to be proud."
Yes, exactly. Yes, very good. So our family and friends, let me use this word, the regulators of our behavior. Do you agree, Mitch? More or less. the regulators of our behavior,
Yes,
or they are the
indeed,
moderators. Yes, Mitch.
indeed, you're right.
So if I say people foster or deter our actions, and some actions provoke or lead to pride or shame, we should be very careful who we choose to be close to us, don't you think?
Yeah.
That's because sometimes we do this unconsciously. Just we're in a group, and we say, well, the other day I had a dream. I was robbing a bank in my dream. Oh yes, try it. You can. You are smart. You can do it. Yeah, go ahead. Nothing happens to you. And if something happens, you can always bribe the police or the justice. So, well, wait, they are fostering me to do something bad, right? Uh, or on the contrary, right? I was thinking that I was exporting avocados or lemons to the US or to Russia or to China. Oh, fantastic. Get the machinery, start a business, get an alliance, make an alliance with this and that person, make these connections. So they will foster your intention to make a good business, right? Or to do something positive. So, in a way, the people who foster or deter our actions are critical in our lives, I would say. I don't know what you think about that, Mitch or Mickey.
Mm, maybe I don't get too much to the point.
Yes, if you are with friends that foster your good ideas, well, then you want to cultivate those people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If those people deter a bad idea that I have, for example, oh, friends, I had a dream last night. I was stealing a bank. And I said, no, well, that's crazy. Well, that's something very bad. You shouldn't be dreaming of that. Or, well, that's a joke, etc. Well, those are good people because they are interested in my benefit, right? But it can be the opposite. I want to attempt this business. No, what for? No, don't do that. Or I want to steal a bank. Yes, go steal a bank. Well, so those are but people, the people can foster or deter our actions, can motivate us or discourage us for doing something, and that can be good or bad. Of course, at the end, Mickey, you, I, your partners, my friend, we are responsible for our actions. But it is always important to be around people who will foster or deter in the proper way. Don't you think so, Mickey?
Yeah. Well, at the end, it's supposed that we choose our own decisions, but I always believe that the majority of our decisions are based of our context or of our family or the, how do you say, the environment in where you develop normally.
Exactly. This context is incredibly important, and that is true, depending on the context. So we need to do one thing. We need to do various things. The first thing is we need to understand our context. Understand our context. Understand our context. Understand our context. That is our environment. Well, you live in a nice place. You go to a nice school. You have nice friends. Well, thank God, right? That's fantastic. But there may be other people who uh, don't live in a nice family, in a nice context, in a nice society. So they need to alter the course of their vessels. And I don't know if that is always easy.
What
They
means
need to
pesos?
barcazas,
What means barcasas?
like a barquito, barquito with with a sail, con una vela, vessels.
But what does it mean?
Yeah, we need to alter to modify the course. I'm going. I was born in a bad family. I grew up in an ugly street, in a bad society with bad friends. Well, I cannot continue like this, right? I need to alter the direction of my life and go to
Yeah.
new ways.
Mm-hmm.
So I alter an alteration of the course. The course is the direction of their vessels, their ship, right? So that's why the context is so important. The context, and we can understand the context in a local way and micro way or macro way. That's more or less something that is related to the necessities and comforts. If you live in comfortable zone, comfort zone, if nice place, nice people, say, well, why do you want to alter that? You live in a nice atmosphere, cultivate it, grow within the nice environment. If that person, one person is not in the best environment, he should or she should alter the course. Well, that's more or less obvious, don't you think, Mickey or Mitch?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to bore you with this talk, but let me just ask you please to read a couple of paragraphs here. Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's read the first, please, Mitch. Can you?
Sure. We have made a first step toward closing the gap between the psychologist and the economist approaches by looking at human satisfaction and their sources as psychologists see them and trying to decide where, when, and how economic ramifications fit into the picture. Now, let us reverse the procedure, starting with the economist classification of economic goods and services and related them to the psychologist categories. Economists view consumer satisfaction as the global of all economic activity. They measure economic efficiency by the economic success in satisfying consumers' desired economic progress by the higher and higher levels of consumers' satisfaction that progress makes possible. By so doing, they tacitly assume either that consumers wants are immutable, so that economic performance is measured against an unchanging scale of aspiration, or if higher achievement raises aspiration, that such a raising of size will not diminish the consumer's satisfaction with what he has already achieved. Only recently have doubts been voiced about the validity of these assumptions.
Okay, so we have necessities and luxuries. What is a necessity? What is something we really need? And what is a luxury? And how proud should we be about those? So, can you please, Mickey, read the next paragraph?
Mm-hmm. The very variety.
Yes, please.
The very variety of goods and services that surround us demands that they be classified in some way. The simplest classification divides them into necessities and luxuries. The division seems to be to combine a rigorous economic definition with an important psychological distinction. Economists define necessities as goods and services, for which consumers demand either doesn't rise with their income or rises in lesser proportion than income. Luxuries are all those goods and services for which demand rises either in proportion with income or in greater proportion than income. Put in the economist language, the income elasticity of demand is less than 1 inelastic for necessities, equal to or greater than 1 elastic for luxuries.
What does that mean? What is going to happen with necessities? Uh, are the consumer demands increase or go down? If your income goes up, what is going to happen? Let's say that you start making more and more money in your work, in your job.
Mm, I don't know if I understood correctly, but it says that the economists define necessities as goods and services for which consumer demand either doesn't rise with your income or rises in lesser proportion than income. So, in few words, the economy says that now it's not like something that is, how do you say, correlated or.
Yeah, there is a correlation.
Mhm.
Exactly, exactly. So this is your income during life, you start making more and more money, and the price of the things that you need, milk, a car, a house, does not go up in the same proportion at the same velocity or speed, right? It does not increase at the same proportion. Let me put this in green. Okay, so these are the necessities, right? The necessities. And which are the necessities, the typical necessities besides food? What else, Mitch or Mickey? Food,
uh,
Mm,
water.
water, housing. We
Yeah.
need a house, right? What else is a necessity?
um,
Mm,
eh, doing the bathroom.
Okay, using the restroom. Yeah, well, those are let's say physical necessities. Okay, using the rest. Yes, those are necessities. Um, I'm talking about clothing. We need clothing, right? Clothing is a necessity. We need clothes. We need food. We need education. Is a necessity, is it not?
Uh-huh.
Those are necessities.
We need
And
money.
well, we need money, but the money is a means for something. What do you want the money for? Leisure, maybe. That's a necessity too. We need to have some type
Uh,
of distraction, hobby, etc. Right?
Medicines.
Medicines. We need health. Yes, medicines and health service. These are necessities. These are more or less basic necessities. What happens with a product that becomes more expensive that you can afford? That in the course of life is more and more expensive and it's more difficult for you to acquire. Well,
A lottery.
that becomes a luxury. Exactly. Luxury. So, uh, if food becomes more difficult to acquire, then food becomes a luxury. I mean, if food becomes more expensive than the money that you're making, then food is becoming a luxury, which is cruel, is a tragedy. In some countries, getting food is not so easy. Getting water is not so easy. Getting house is not so easy, right? So those items become a luxury according to this definition here. Yes. This is in a psychological way. If it is difficult to get, it becomes a luxury, and it is difficult to get because it is more expensive than the money that you're making, right? What items do you consider a luxury these days, Mickey or Mitch? That
car.
is a car. Is becoming increasingly more expensive, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. What else?
Uh, Good technology.
Good technology. Is it becoming more difficult to acquire, Mitch?
I mean, the basic technology could be a little cell phone or a little computer, but you if you want to afford, I don't know, like an iPad, an iPhone, a big computer, a very fast computer, things like that could be.
Okay, all right, agreed. Okay, thank you then. I believe that before traveling was easier and less expensive. So this is only my opinion. Traveling has become more expensive than our income. So people need to be killing themselves to save some money to make a trip to a place where it used to be cheaper. I believe. I
Yeah.
have that feeling. Do you agree, Mickey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's becoming a luxury. It used to be a commodity, used to be a necessity, and now it's becoming a luxury. What else has become a luxury?
Well, having a house now is still a luxury.
It is a luxury
Having
now.
your own house.
Having a house is so expensive and so complicated nowadays than it's much more complex than before, right? Well,
Yeah.
so as you can see, the difference between luxuries and necessities, they depend more or less on the income that we have, according to this book. So let's read the second paragraph, Mitch, please. Can you? Where it says, the distinction is just drawn.
The distinction, as just drawn, seems to correspond to the psychologist's distinction between biological needs and all others. Necessities serves main biological function, which is why the demand for them is urgent at first, but limited and quickly saturated. Luterus is the catch-all category for everything else. There is also a hierarchical difference between the two categories. Most people feel that necessities have or should have priority over luxuries, and that only as the need for necessities gets saturated should be desire for luxuries be categorized to dividing line between the poor and the not poor use for drama according to whether a person could afford anything beyond the necessities of existence. Poor relief used to provide necessities alone or just enough money to buy them. Unfortunately, the distinction is not as clear cut and unam- unambiguous, and its first seems smoker demand for cigarettes, for example, is not less inelastic than his demands for food. Are cigarettes therefore a necessity? Also, there are no biological standards to establish the necessary minimum of clothing, housing, heating, lighting, kitchen and bathroom facilities, having a toilet and bathroom in the building you live in house going to be considered a necessity in modern America, even by the poor and by the those providing and administering relief for the poor. Yet this American necessity is still a lottery and an unachievable one for many millions, even billions of the world population.
Yes. So it is an interesting comment to distinguish between what a necessity and a luxury is, right? So as they say, having a toilet and a bathroom where you live is a necessity, but it's a luxury in many countries. Well, some things should be a necessity that have become a luxury, right? Like, for example, the right to education. Education should be a necessity, and in some places has become a luxury. But well,
Yeah.
those things are very good for a debate, don't you think?
Yes,
Yeah, of course. It gives you another point of view, and we can mm, more or less imagine how is reality.
Yes, 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 exactly, exactly. Well, this is an interesting book. It has many interesting chapters. This is one of them. The other ones you already saw, Mickey Mitch. You saw that they have. Uh, well, what we saw the other day. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when are we gonna have our next class? Maybe Friday. How are you on Friday, Mickey or Mitch?
Yes, teacher, on Friday it's okay.
Is it okay?
Hmm.
All right. And maybe in the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we cut down on some of the pending classes. How about that?
Yeah, I think that we have three pending classes, right?
I believe so. I think we
really?
have.
Yeah.
Mm.
We can do one on Saturday in the morning and the other on Sunday in the morning.
Yeah, we could do that, and that way we would only have one pending class.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Um, you know teacher Philip, right? You met him the day
Mm,
of the presentation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you remember him, Mitch, or you don't remember him?
maybe, but I'm not sure.
Okay. I was thinking about him. Maybe one of the days which are difficult for me, just to recover the pending classes, we could tell him to work with you too, if you wish. If you feel don't feel so confident, well, we don't do it. But if you feel confident, he's a very good guy. We could only do one of the three pending classes in case that you have time. One of the days which I don't have class, which is Thursday, for example. If
Yeah.
not, we just complete the pending classes in the possible times that we have. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. In this case, actually, I can't tomorrow either
No, you
because
can't. Okay, good.
my dad's gonna, well, he's gonna go for the car to Mexico City, and I'm gonna
Wow.
cover his classes in the afternoon. So I'm gonna be math teacher tomorrow.
Oh, really? Are you gonna go to the school where he teaches math?
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
Oh,
You don't, you're gonna like it. You're
I
gonna.
hope so.
Well, I'll tell you what. New experiences always teach you something.
Yeah,
They always
that's
teach you something.
that's why I want to do it because it was like okay, but now I see it like a challenge, so I want to do it.
Yeah, it can be a challenge, but well, you're gonna learn it. You're gonna learn from
Yeah,
it.
of course.
Very good. Okay, Mitch, Mickey. Then, so see you Friday.
Yes, teacher.
Um,
On Friday.
Friday, I need to go to court to make to pay a fine for speeding. I got a speeding ticket in the Cuarto Cinturón Vial the other
Oh,
day. Yeah,
yeah.
I need to talk to the judge.
What is the
So
cost of the?
I don't know. I need to negotiate that with the judge.
Hmm?
So they're gonna give me community work or a economic fine or something, and that's at 3:30 or 4, I think. So right after that, if you have time, we do it. Would that be okay? Like maybe
Yes, teacher.
5:30. Okay.
5:30. You just tell us,
it's
and
okay.
that's all.
Okay. As soon as I come out, I send you a WhatsApp and I'll tell you, Mitch, Mickey, I did my community work. I made a negotiation with the judge, and here I go. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
All
And if
right.
in case that you need more time, well, just send us a message and
Of
we
course.
can reschedule.
Okay. Thank you then, Mickey, Mitch. Take care. Enjoy and
Thank
see
you,
Take care,
teacher.
teacher.
You
you. Enjoy.
too. Take care.
Bye. Goodbye.
Yeah. Have a nice day.